our Reddit story creator. How I accidentally ended up on a smuggling boat. So, last summer I decided to take a boat tour. I was in this beautiful coastal town with crystal clear waters, and the idea of just chilling on a boat for a few hours sounded like the perfect escape. I paid for a guided tour, and we were supposed to check out a few hidden beaches and maybe do some dolphin watching. Everything was going great, right up until we docked at this tiny little island for a scenic stop. Now, I'm not the most experienced boat guy, but it seemed like the same tour group was getting ready to head back, and there was a boat sitting at the dock. It wasn't the same boat I came on, but honestly, I wasn't paying that much attention. I just thought, they're probably switching boats, and I hopped on. The second I boarded, something fell off. The boat wasn't fancy like the one I came on. It looked kind of old and run down. But at that point, I was already there, and I didn't think much of it. We pulled out of the harbor, and I noticed that we weren't going back toward the main tourist area. Instead, we were heading out toward the open sea. The crew on board was acting a little strange. They were talking quietly among themselves in a language I didn't recognize, and one of them kept giving me these weird looks. I figured they were just doing their thing and didn't want to bother them, but the vibe was definitely off. After a while, I saw another boat approaching us, but this one was moving way faster than any of the tourist boats I had seen before. I swear it looked like something out of a movie. Then it hit me. This wasn't a regular tour boat. It was a smuggling boat. I could see packages wrapped in plastic and stacked in the boat, and one of the crew members started giving me the shush sign. My heart sank. I was stuck on this boat with no idea what to do. I couldn't just jump off into the open water, and I wasn't about to start asking questions in case they got suspicious. The boat continued speeding through the water, and for a while, I thought I might end up in some crazy smuggling ring in another country. Luckily, the boat finally turned back toward the coast and docked at a secluded bay. When we got there, I could see some shady people unloading stuff and handing over bags to other guys, who looked like they had been waiting. That's when I realized how deep I'd gotten into this situation. Long story short, I quietly slipped off the boat, pretended I had to make a phone call, and ran back to the main port. I found my actual tour group, and honestly, I've never been so relieved to see a familiar face in my life. I never told anyone what happened, but to this day, I'm convinced I narrowly avoided becoming an unwilling accomplice in some international crime ring. Now I double-check the boat I'm getting on, and I stick to land tours.